What if I told you the most influential institution in human history began with just 120 people hiding in a room? No army, no government support, no buildings, no wealth, just ordinary men and women, and a promise. Within 3 centuries, this movement would survive torture, outlast emperors, define doctrine, and transform the Roman Empire itself. How did a persecuted minority become a global church? This is the history of the church. The history of the church begins in Jerusalem. After the resurrection and ascension of Jesus Christ, his followers gathered in prayer, waiting for the promise he had given them. On the day of Pentecost, the Holy Spirit descended. Fear turned into boldness. Silence turned into proclamation. 3,000 people were baptized in a single day. The church was born, not as a political system, but as a spirit-filled community with a mission: to preach, to baptize, and to form disciples. Christianity was illegal. Believers refused to worship Roman gods. They refused to call Caesar Lord. Under Emperor Nero, Christians were blamed for the Great Fire of Rome in 64 AD. Brutal persecution followed. They were imprisoned, executed, publicly humiliated. Later, under Diocletian, the most intense empire-wide persecution attempted to destroy Christianity completely. Church buildings were demolished, scriptures were burned, clergy were imprisoned. Yet the church did not disappear, it grew. The courage of martyrs strengthened the faith of believers. By the 2nd century, church leadership had become clearly structured: bishops, presbyters, deacons. One early bishop, Ignatius of Antioch, emphasized unity under the bishop as essential for preserving authentic teaching. The Bishop of Rome gradually gained special recognition due to Rome's political importance, the martyrdom of Peter and Paul, its reputation for doctrinal stability. The foundations of the Papacy were forming. Persecution eventually gave way to theological controversy. A priest named Arius began teaching that Christ was created and not eternal. This teaching divided the Christian world. In 325 AD, Emperor Constantine the Great called the First Ecumenical Council at Nicaea. The bishops gathered to settle the question. They declared that Christ is true God from true God, begotten, not made. The Nicene Creed became a defining statement of Christian orthodoxy. The Church proved it could defend its doctrine collectively and decisively. In 313 AD, Constantine issued the Edict of Milan, granting religious tolerance to Christians. Persecution officially ended. Churches were built openly. Clergy were restored. Christian worship became public. Then, in 380 AD, Emperor Theodosius I declared Nicene Christianity the official religion of the Roman Empire. In less than 350 years, Christianity had moved from outlawed minority to imperial faith. But this transformation brought new challenges: political influence, nominal conversions, internal corruption. The Church was no longer fighting to survive, it was learning how to lead. In 476 AD, the Western Roman Empire collapsed. Germanic forces deposed the final emperor. Political order crumbled. But the Church endured. Bishops became civic leaders. Monasteries preserved knowledge. Missionaries evangelized new tribes. Empires fell. The Church remained. From an upper room in Jerusalem to the collapse of Rome, the Church survived persecution, defined doctrine, developed leadership, transformed an empire. Part 1 shows us a church forged in fire, strengthened by suffering and clarified by crisis. But the story is far from over. In Part 2, we enter the age of monasticism, missionary expansion, and the shaping of medieval Christendom.